This is Social Studies, Rights and Responsibilities, and I'm going to try and give you a quick overview of this. This is a really interesting lesson and one that is very, very pertinent or important today because there's a lot of talk about what are our rights, what are our responsibilities, and does everyone, even though we supposedly have the same rights, is everyone receiving those in the same way? So the Constitution, to just really quickly give you a quick background, and you can read this yourself as well, but the Constitution is what establishes our government and the rights and how our government works. But when they originally wrote that Constitution, they didn't talk about individual rights for citizens. And so some of the delegates in that long time ago, 1700s, refused to sign that Constitution until they added a Bill of Rights. And that Bill of Rights was written to protect our freedoms and the rights of the individual. And they attached that to the Constitution. So those changes were called amendments when they added those to the Constitution. And the first 10 of those amendments are called our Bill of Rights. So there's a little video here. You can watch that video. It's a little bit long. She goes really, really fast, but it gives you a really quick overview of what those rights are. So what you're being asked to do next is to type in, just quickly, what is each amendment? What does each amendment cover? And what rights does it protect? There are 3 different videos here. You have already watched one of them. The other 2 are shorter. They will give a quicker summary of what it's talking about. So you can look at those to help you make that list. The next slide talks about responsibilities of ours. So when we talk about rights are those things those freedoms are those things that we have that are protected by the law. Responsibilities are things that we have a duty to do or things that we need to be doing. And part of those responsibilities are that we pay tax. When you're older, you could be part of a jury. You follow the laws. You're a good neighbor. Those are different responsibilities that we have as citizens of the United States. The next one is you are being asked to find pictures of rights and responsibilities. So you can Google, what are some of those rights? So as they talked about, the right to freedom of religion, right to bear arms, right to a fair trial. Find some pictures of those things and see if you can put them into rights. And then responsibilities, think about some of your responsibilities. Again, paying tax, serving as a member of the jury if you're being asked to, being a good neighbor, being a good citizen. That could be picking up trash, taking care of others and helping. And then at the bottom, they have those 2 boxes. One, what is a right? And you'll type in that. And what is a responsibility? And you'll type in that. Again, remembering that you need to get out of present mode in order to do that. This next slide gives you a chance, and actually as a teacher, I'm really curious to see what you do with this slide, because this is a chance for you to think, well, what about those rules that we have in our classroom? Or what about the school rules? Are there some of those that I would like to change? Or is there another rule that I think we should have that we should add? So think of that. Think about a school rule that you'd like to add, or maybe one that you would like to change. And then answer that, why do you believe that would be a good and an important change? And you're going to type in the box that's there. And I'm very curious to see those. The last thing there is a review of everything really that you've talked about or learned in this slide presentation. The 10 rights there in the Bill of Rights are added, the 10 amendments. And so those are all there so that you can look at that and make sure that you remember those. And then a little note there that we're going to study more and learn more about criminal trial and the rights of property in the next lessons. So, and then talks a little bit about responsibilities. But these things in this unit are really important for you to know. It's important for you to know what are your rights, as well as what are your responsibilities that go along with those rights. This is a really hot topic in our country right now, and there are so many things happening, if you pay attention to the news, that have to do with some of these things. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope you'll take time to do this and learn a little bit.